I have a confession to make about an addiction that I have. I can't stop eating the fruits of the land of Israel. My wife and I consume about 7 pounds of dates every month, mostly me. Every morning I start with a fruit shake with apples, bananas, dates, peaches, whatever fruits are in season. Okay, so that's my confession. But what does that have to do with this week's Torah reading of Ha'azinu? A lot. Let's take a look in the book of Devarim at chapter 32, verse 13. God tells the Jewish people, Yarkiveo al bamotei aretz. He made them, the Jewish people, ride upon the high places of the land, that they would eat the produce of the field. He let them suck honey from a rock and oil from the mighty stone. Rashi tells us, the famous commentator, that this entire verse is speaking of praise of the fruits of the land of Israel, especially that part about sucking honey from a rock. Rashi says these are figs, dates, other fruits of the land that are just oozing with sweetness. Rabbinic literature, too, is rich with praise of the fruits of the land of Israel. One of the most famous rabbis of all time, the Ben Ish Chai from Iraq, wrote a book of responsa literature called Torah Lishma. In responsa, in question number 418, a student writes to him and says, Rabbi, I've moved to Israel, I'm living in Tzfat, and a few hours away are these orchards upon orchards of fruits of the land. I'm considering taking a trip to go there, spend a few days, just to partake of the fruits of the land. Is this considered overindulgence in luxuries and delicacies, a behavior not fitting for a holy person? Or would this be appropriate behavior, being it fruits of the land? The Ben Ish Chai responds, and he says, my dear disciple, Rabbi Yochanan, the greatest sage in the land of Israel in the time of the Talmud, would take 100 students, and he would go to Ginusar, near the shores of the Sea of Galilee, and they would partake and eat and consume enormous amounts of fruits of the land. All of this, he said, was done out of love for the land and out of thanks to God for the fruits of the trees that he gave us here in the land. He says, as long as it's done with that in mind, as you're doing, then it's perfectly fine behavior. So back to my addiction, the Ben Ish Chai is on my side as long as I'm doing it out of a love for the land. And you know, there's a date right here, and I haven't had one in a few hours. I already opened this date, inspected it for bugs, and put a nut in it. I just can't resist. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri ha'etz. Incredible. 7 pounds every month.